Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 27 of Learn English with Podcast Conversation. I'm your host, and today we're going to have a fun and engaging session to improve your English skills. This episode is designed for those of you at level 3. So, if you know some basic English and want to get better, you're in the right place. Today, we are going to have a great time together. We'll talk about various topics, ask some interesting questions, and I'll even share a few funny stories. Are you ready? Let's get started. First, let me ask you a question. How are you feeling today? Are you happy, excited, or maybe a little tired? It's important to check in with ourselves every day. When you learn a new language, your feelings can help you remember new words. If you're feeling happy, you might remember words like joy, smile, and laugh. If you're tired, you might remember sleep, rest, and yawn. So, how are you feeling today? Take a moment to think about it. Let me tell you about my day. This morning, I woke up early because I wanted to go for a walk. The weather was perfect. The sun was shining, and the birds were singing. It felt so good to start the day with some fresh air. Do you like walking in the morning? It's a great way to wake up and get some exercise. Plus, it gives you time to think and plan your day. After my walk, I made a delicious breakfast. I had toast with butter and jam, a banana, and a cup of coffee. What do you like to eat for breakfast? Breakfast is my favorite meal of the day. It gives me energy and makes me happy. Now, let's have some fun with a story. Stories are a great way to learn new words and practice English. This story is about a funny day I had last week. Last week, I went to the supermarket. I needed to buy some food and other things for my house. As I was walking down the aisle, I saw something strange. There was a big, orange cat sitting on top of the bread shelf. Can you imagine that? A cat in the supermarket. The cat looked at me and meowed. It was so funny. I couldn't stop laughing. The other people in the supermarket also started laughing. The cat's owner quickly came and took the cat away. He said the cat loved to explore new places. I thought that was really interesting. Do you have any pets? Pets can do the funniest things sometimes. They can make us laugh and feel happy. Let's learn some new words from the story. Here are 5 words. Aisle, the space between rows of shelves in a store. You walk down the aisle to find what you need. Strange, something that is unusual or surprising. The cat in the supermarket was strange. Meow, the sound a cat makes. When the cat saw me, it meowed. Owner, the person who has a pet or owns something. The cat's owner came to take it away. Explore, to go around a new place to see what is there. The cat liked to explore the supermarket. Can you use these words in a sentence? Try to make your own sentences. It's a great way to practice. Did you know that English is the 3rd most spoken language in the world? It's spoken by more than 1.5 billion people. That's a lot of people. Learning English can help you talk to people from many different countries. Isn't that amazing? Also, English has some funny words and expressions. For example, the word butterfly. It has nothing to do with butter or flies. It's just a pretty insect. Or the phrase it's raining cats and dogs. It doesn't mean animals are falling from the sky. It just means it's raining very hard. English can be funny sometimes, don't you think? Now, let's have a little quiz. Don't worry, it's just for fun. I'll ask you 3 questions, and you can think about the answers. What did I see on the bread shelf in the supermarket? What does the word explore mean? What do people mean when they say it's raining cats and dogs? Did you get the answers? Great job! Let me tell you another funny story. This one is about my friend, Tom. Tom is a very funny guy. He loves to tell jokes and make people laugh. One day, Tom decided to bake a cake. He followed the recipe carefully, but something went wrong. When he took the cake out of the oven, it was flat as a pancake. He couldn't understand what happened. He tasted the cake, and it was super sweet. Then he realized he had used sugar instead of flour. Can you imagine that? A cake made with sugar instead of flour. It was the sweetest cake ever. Tom's mistake made everyone laugh. He learned to read the labels on the ingredients more carefully after that. Have you ever made a funny mistake like that? Mistakes can be great teachers and give us good stories to tell. Now, let's practice speaking. I'll say a sentence, and you can repeat after me. Ready? I saw a cat in the supermarket. The weather is perfect for a walk. Breakfast gives me energy. My friend baked a very sweet cake. Learning English is fun and interesting. How did you do? Practice makes perfect. Keep repeating these sentences until you feel comfortable. I have some questions for you. Think about your answers and try to say them out loud. What do you like to do in the morning? Have you ever seen something strange in a supermarket? What is your favorite meal of the day and why? Do you have any funny stories to share? Why do you want to learn English? Talking about your experiences is a great way to practice English. If you have friends or family who are also learning English, you can ask them these questions too. Let's have some fun with tongue twisters. These are phrases that are difficult to say quickly. They help with pronunciation and are lots of fun. She sells seashells by the seashore. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Try saying these tongue twisters slowly at first, then a little faster. Can you say them 3 times in a row without making a mistake? It's a fun challenge. Learning a new language can sometimes be hard, but it's important to relax and have fun with it. You can listen to English music, watch English movies, or read English books. Find something you enjoy, and it will make learning much easier. One of my favorite things to do is watch cartoons in English. Cartoons use simple language and are very entertaining. Do you have a favorite cartoon? Try watching it in English. It's a great way to learn new words and hear how they are used in sentences. Before we end today's episode, let me share one more story. This one is about a trip I took to the beach. Last summer, I went to the beach with my family. We had a fantastic time. We played in the sand, swam in the ocean, and ate delicious ice cream. But the funniest part of the trip was when my little cousin tried to build a sandcastle. He worked very hard, and the sandcastle looked great. But then, a big wave came and washed the sandcastle away. My cousin was shocked at first, but then he laughed and said, "Let's build another one." This story reminds me that even if things don't always go as planned, we can still have fun and try again. Learning English is like building a sandcastle. Sometimes it's hard and we make mistakes, but we can always try again and get better each time. That's all for today's episode, my friends. I hope you had fun and learned something new. Remember, practice is the key to learning a new language. Try to speak, read, and listen to English every day. And don't forget to have fun with it. Thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions or stories to share, please send them to us. I love hearing from you. Keep practicing, stay positive, and I'll see you in the next episode of Learn English with Podcast Conversation. Goodbye, everyone.